All right, this is my 2003 BMW 5 Series 540 with the M-Tech package that I'm getting ready to list for sale. I just wanted to do a full walkthrough and demonstration of all the features to show that they work and everything is as it should. This car is beautiful. A tad over 70,000 miles. I think it's 70,780 as it sits. Paint's in great condition. All original parts. To my knowledge, all original paint. There is a clear bra stone chip protector on the fender. Along the hood. Onto the other fender front. The front bumper was repainted by the previous owner less than a few years ago. It does have a couple minor blemishes, but you can't really notice anything. Has a front plate accessory. The state came from required a front plate. Here in Michigan, we don't require that. I just left it as it is. M parallel wheels, 18-inch. These were refinished by the previous owner in the BMW silver, and they look fantastic. Every wheel is absolutely perfect with no curb rash. This front left wheel is the only wheel that has any type of blemish, and it's got a little bit of a nick right there. Newer Continental tires, extreme contact. Great life left in them. The back left was replaced by the previous owner more recently with a brand new, same Continental extreme contact tire. So this has a little bit more tread. As you can see, these wheels are perfect. The brakes were recently redone by the previous owner. New rotors and pads, as well as, I believe, upper control arms. Black interior. And an M-Tech package. You get that single exit exhaust. I'll pop the trunk. You can see there's no rust in the common areas. This car lived in Minnesota for many years. It was only driven on the weekends. Then sold to the previous owner's family member who only owned it for a short period of time in the middle of the country, and it's here now in Michigan with me. It has sat in the garage since I've owned it, and I've put 700 miles on it, about 800 miles driving it back from where I bought it from, which was in Nebraska. Didn't skip a beat whatsoever. The spare tire has the style 66, I believe, spare tire wheel, refinished recently in the same finish as the other wheels, the BMW silver. This had the option for the 6-disc changer, but did not come with it, which is great. Anybody that knows if you're going to upgrade your head unit, you don't want factory nav because you have to run a harness all the way to the back. So it's easier to retrofit something. This has a newer battery, newer Duralast battery within the last 6 months, I believe. No rust or anything in the wheel well. There is a bit of corrosion from a bad battery it had previously. The carpeting back here has no stains whatsoever. It looks like it was never used. Toolkit is fully there, which is nice to see. A lot of times it's not. Pieces get taken out, but you can tell this was well taken care of. A little of a microfiber towel. And I wasn't sure if these came with it, but these are actually from an Audi, it looks like. So previous owner must have seen that these fit, put them in there, little safety triangles. Beyond that, you have all your tools, pliers, screwdriver, the tow hook, which is unused, undamaged whatsoever. It looks perfect. None of these tools have ever been used. There's extensive records with this car. It was maintained at an independent dealership. Independent mechanical shop in Minnesota, where I believe the second owner had it, who had it the majority of its life. Had it since 35,000 on miles. Let's hop in. I'll show you all the features work on the interior. Start it up. Had it running a little bit earlier on. Get the AC going. It was hot outside. Get that glare out of here. As you can see, No lights on the dash. Mileage sits at 70,722. 780 is what I drove on it since I picked it up. We drove it back. We were averaging about 22, 23 miles per gallon. I think the average speed was higher. There you go, 43.3 around mostly on the highway. So this thing gets really good gas mileage on the highway. A great cruiser. A couple timer features, things of that nature. And this has the business CD, which, like I said, if you want to upgrade to an aftermarket head unit, it's much easier to do so than those fitted with the navigation unit. This way it's plug and play. You don't have to run any harness to the back of the vehicle. Not only that, this does not have DSP, digital sound processing, which some people like, but if you choose to upgrade your radio, it adds a little bit of difficulty to it. So this is pretty much ready to go to upgrade a head unit if you choose to. Other than that, I think that the business CD and the standard radio looks really, really good in here, and it's very timeless. No big screens to date it. So let's test the radio. All the speakers do work all the way around. So you can hear the air conditioner going. That does work. All the buttons function as they should. They're all nice and firm on there as well. Heated seats function. Shifter on this is really tight, really firm. This car is in fantastic condition. Everything pops up. The wood grain is in excellent condition. There's not any cracks, any major scratches anywhere. If there's anything, it's from minor wear and tear, and it could be polished out, but I don't even see that. It has the TEC cup holder. I'm a big fan of that. I have that in my other 540. Sliding forward, armrest, sliding backwards. E-brake works appropriately. Pops up as it needs to. Turn the air conditioning down. I'll go through all the windows so you can see that they all function. One touch down. We'll do the same thing on this side. One touch down. One touch up. All right, we'll do the rear driver's side. One touch down. One touch up. Same thing here. One touch down. One touch up. It's a really nice cabin to be in. All right, we'll do the one touch open sunroof. Functions flawlessly. And then we'll shut it. We'll test the vent feature. We'll shut it. Slide this back down. All of the sun visor function with the lights as they should. Both sides, driver, passenger. No issues whatsoever. They do move over as needed. Turn the air back on. It's kind of hot in here. No delamination or peeling of the warning stickers, which is really nice. A-pillars are not peeling, which is a common problem with these. Auto-dimming rearview mirror, which is great. Home link buttons 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, like I had said, previous owner had it in Minnesota. Sold it to a family member out of state who didn't drive it much. Mileage of the next oil change is to be at 76,000 miles on or before December 2019. Hasn't really even been driven since then. Do have extensive records of this vehicle. Every 7,500, 5,000 miles having oil changes done. Receipts are in there. In the glove box, we have the paint stick, touch-up paint, which is always nice to have. Touch-up clear coat, which is nice. It does look as though this vehicle is also equipped with low jack. It is registered. Right here, vehicle information shows the VIN number. This is your low jack identification card. All this documentation obviously stays with the car. Date of installation, 2006. We do have the factory manuals in here, which is great. We have the standard 5 Series manual, which I've read a few times. I've owned a couple of these. It's a good read. This is the owner's manual for the radio. This looks to be directory. Bit of a map guide for 2003, 2004. Designates all the addresses to BMW dealerships at the time. Should you need service under warranty, this is a directory of how to get there. It's also a nice little map to have. Caring for your vehicle, kind of a little bit of a how-to, how to wash it. Little technology brochure, which kind of goes over all the technology in the vehicle. Automatic transmission with Steptronic, DSC, whatever they had available at the time across BMW's whole line. This goes over, as you can see, previous page showed the SMG, which was not on this. Service and warranty information, good to have, not really necessary since you can't do anything with it, obviously out of warranty. Safety tips, a couple of other things, basic stuff. I'll put that all back in a little bit here. Let me show you the function of the seats. They do not twist, which is great. The driver's seat was preventively fixed to prevent any issues with future twisting, as it is very common with these cars. So both of the motors, the up and down and the backwards and forwards of the rear back, have been fixed. And again, to prevent any issues, as you can see, no twisting, no issues. Headrest goes up, headrest goes down. Get this open here. We'll go around to the passenger side. Test that out. Rear leveling. I think functions as it should. Very quiet too, which is nice. This stuff has definitely been taken care of, babied. Everything on this car is amazing. This car just drives so well. It's so quiet, so smooth, no shimmies, no shakes. All the buttons function as they should. One touch doesn't work on this when you have the door open. When you shut it, the one touch will then reactivate. Let's get in the back seat. Back seat is a nice place to be. I have the seats kind of reclined a bit since I was able to kind of demonstrate that, and I didn't put them back up, but yeah, you can still see good leg room back here. Beautiful, beautiful cabin. Very comfortable back here again. One touch feature when the doors are shut do function. Very quiet, very strong motors. Let's see. That's pretty much that for the rear. Pretty simple, really comfortable. It's great back here. A-pillars have no issues. There is one blemish on the driver's side B-pillar. It was a little blemish right there, as you can see. A little piece of ripped material, but other than that, no issues on the driver's or passenger side. C-pillars are in great condition. No issues. It says HPS, so this does have the rear head protection system. believe that's what that stands for. Which airbags would deploy along the sides if there is an accident. Beyond that, that's everything. Let's go pop the hood. See how quiet she runs. She's up to temperature with the air conditioning on. So you can hear the auxiliary fan a bit. I'll turn the air conditioner off. And it is pretty hot out here. It's at 74, but with all this concrete, it's a little hotter. That auxiliary fan. Very quiet engine. Previous owner spent a lot of money on upgrading the timing chains, timing chain guides, Vanos solenoid seals, a couple of other things. I believe the invoice came to about $6,000 for everything. And if I'm not mistaken, this is in the last 3 to 4 years. Again, this car has been very well maintained. No issues with the headlight adjusters. You use the lights at night, they aim straight down the road as they should. Very well maintained as well. For cabin filters, engine air filter. Again, there's not any rust or anything anywhere in the car whatsoever, not even under the front of the hood, which is a more common place. This is equipped with the HID headlights as well. Hood opens, closes very easily. Upgraded M badging. Similar to the European versions of this car. No rust whatsoever in the fuel tank. Door, which is a common spot for rust, and yeah. Beyond that, that is a vehicle. I am in the process of selling it, so this video will be attached to any listing wherever it is posted. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am a lover of these vehicles. I love this body style. I own the exact same car over there with gray interior, about 120,000 more miles, done a lot more work to it than this one, but then again, this hasn't needed any work since the miles is so low. And it is just nice to be able to drive a car and see what it feels like when it was pretty much new from the factory. You know, 70,000 miles isn't new, but 17 years later, this is extremely low miles for this car. And when I tell you that it runs down the road straight, it does not skip a beat. Tires are quiet, suspension is soft, firm when it needs to be. These have the upgraded M5 struts that they use, M-Tech 2 springs and shocks. Obviously, you can look up part numbers. This was a unique vehicle for the US in 2003. Shared a lot of parts of the M5 cosmetically, and then with the suspension. Obviously did not have the M5 motor or transmission or any of those things, but for a daily driving car or a classic car that is just beautiful in design, very comfortable to drive, very simple to drive, I wouldn't have any other car besides this one. So thanks for checking it out. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.